everybody. What I'm about to present is a small clip of an amazing time that I had today. I went to Rosewood Retirement Home to speak with World War II veterans, individuals that grew up during the Great War in Canada as farmers, individuals that were too young to join the war but still participated and joined the Canadian Armed Forces after the war. We had an amazing hour-and-a-half discussion, and I learned a lot from their experiences. And the main points I got away from my last question, I asked 4 questions, and I'll share with you my one question at the end to close everything out after a kind of intense and open conversation. I asked what has brought you joy through your amazing lives. And these are our elders, and I was really excited for this question because these individuals are mid-90s and high 90s, so it's a pretty incredible question to ask, what brought you joy? And the answers were charity, volunteering, family, spouses, sons and daughters, and friends. That was what brought these amazing people joy. That says a lot because not once was money mentioned, not once was their job even mentioned. It was the community around them. So I'm hoping with this year's adventures that I can really tighten the bonds of community, and we can just have the perspective of being nice and looking for the best in humanity and not the worst. So I really hope you enjoy at least a bit of the video. I will eventually get better and better as this grows. But let's be nice. It's one family, one community. Let's make this world a little bit better. Thank you for watching.
Do you want to hear the good, the bad, and the ugly?
I want to hear the honest truth and lessons learned.
Oh.
Because I really hope to pass on good lessons, because from the good, from the bad, and from the ugly, you of all are incredible humans who are our elders and should be respected and such, and you know a lot, and I think we've lost that touch. Who comes and speaks to you, who learns from you, who grabs your information. It's hard through your life to, I'm sure, be even open at the post-World War, post-conflicts.
The archives in Ottawa.
The archive, yes.
Went across the country, and there's videos of all the different veterans. And it's in the archives.
That's beautiful.
And I think that was in the Legion that got behind that, and that was celebration of 50 years of that particular era.
Yes. Which is a crucial era, and was the final conflict.
They got stories that when they're gone,
gone forever. Because we know the generals. We don't know the soldiers. We don't know the us. We know the grand scheme of maneuvers and the famous battles of D-Day, but we don't know the after, and even how everybody dealt with their parents during that time. Because I'm sure your parents all had really stiff upbringings, and
it's unfortunate now that there isn't no First World War veterans alive, and we're getting to the point now that very few second rows.
Yes, absolutely. That's why I'm here.
Could you talk about a little bit?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Talk about a little bit more.
Yes, sir. I will. Is that better?
Double?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
True cream?
Just regular. Chocolate cream.
What is regular? Sorry?
1 sugar, 1 milk, or 1 cream?
Yeah, okay. Terry, have you met Arthur?
No.
Hello, sir.
This is Terry. Terry,
Pleasure to meet
introduce
you.
yourself.
Hello, Terry.
Yeah.
And is that everybody we have?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. I'm going to stand now and begin this nerve-wracking experience for myself. So I'll start with who I am. I'm Arthur Laramie, and I'm a veteran of 2VP, 2PPCLI. I served 2 tours in Afghanistan, and I did very well. I transitioned I trained in Shiloh, first of all, DP1, my battle school. Then I went to Suffield, I've been to Wainwright, did workup training. My first tour, I was a door gunner. So I flew in a helicopter with a Dillon and 50 cal as a no-hook private. It was a total fluke. I was fit, and my warrants liked me, so they put me in Recce Platoon. And from Recce Platoon, I excelled there. And one day they asked for a no-hook private with no tours as a door gunner. Everybody was shocked. So I went from position of attention and I jumped as high as I could. And then I ran to my sir's office on a Saturday morning with my flak vest, and I put weights in there. Not to run with my sir, because he was my sir and I never hung out with my sir. And I knocked on his door and I said, "Sir, I'll be a really great door gunner and I'll be a really good asset to the infantry in this awesome trade." And the sir was too hungover to run with me. He told me straight up, he says, "I'm too hungover, but I will name drop you." And then 6 months later, I got the opportunity for my first deployment overseas. It was fantastic, it was beautiful. I saw the Red Desert, beautiful red sands. I saw Bedouin camps, beautiful tribes. I saw the women who carried the buckets of water at least 15 kilometers, and from the middle of the desert to the southern little stream even. I saw Kalat, where Alexander the Great was. My second tour, I was in, first tour too as well, because we're all have served or been with those that have served. I also did TIC support, day in and day out for a couple of months, which is troops in contact. So I do overwatch for the troops. It was very successful. The sound of the choppers alone removed the insurgents if they were engaging with the enemy. As soon as they heard us, they would hear us from a couple kilometers out, they would run away. So we're really effective at keeping everybody safe with minimal force for the most part. A few times we did have to fully engage with the enemy because it was a different war, it's an insurgent war, than what you saw, which was the last total war, which is what it was. My second tour, I was a driver and sometimes convoy commander and Master Corporal rank when I did retire. Kabul was a really eye-opening experience because I firsthand saw just suffering. It doesn't even have to be war, it has to be suffering. And malnourished, and how hate and evil traditions seep into a culture and cause it to be closed-minded. Because I believed in Afghanistan as a nation, being a third world nation, and as beautiful as it is as a landscape, the people should be enlightened and not hate each other as much. But there's so much tribalism, so it was really unique to see that and the corruption that was the Afghan government. I escorted 4 beautiful, strong women who were in Afghanistan for 10 years. And they started the ANP, the Afghan National Police Force. And they were the sole reason that they had Afghan female police. I asked them at the end of my 2 weeks, I was a guardian angel. I'd walk around, we'd go to these sketchy camps, I'd be jacked up, giant, have my warlord vest on, my C8, looking all good and representing Canada, clean shaven, beret on, looking good and aggressive. Not the blue beret either, my regiment's beret. I didn't really need to be there because they were good at their weapons drills, but I was there for show. And I went into all these meetings and I asked them at the end, I said, what's going to happen to the females of the Afghan National Police Force after you leave? And I said, it's going to be disbanded. So all their work, they know, will crumble because of old traditions. And that's where I kind of first really got a taste of life. And then when I got home, I have 2 children. I was trained really well, and as you can see, I'm still really fit. So I left the military at my fittest time and most well-programmed time because I did very well and I loved everybody. A lot of people complain throughout the ages about being a veteran. I love that I am, but I'm in a confusing time because who am I? I was programmed to do a great job and great deeds for our country, but now as a civilian, what did we do it for, and how can I best represent veterans and ourselves? And so that's why I'm here, is to actually have this as an open floor for yourselves to share with me and my peers lessons learned from your lives so that we can better the future. And I'm not even doing this for politics, I'm not doing this for fame, I'm doing this for legitimately my peers who are getting out and we want to make change, not on the grand scale, but in communities on how to communicate better. If we could, if you don't mind, I'd like to do a round table of who you are, who you served with, who maybe your spouse served with, or what position did you help with during the times of Strive for Canada, whether it be in the factories. I know there's Spitfire plants, I know there's a lot. So your role, if we can start with you, sir, and just around the table.
I'm most of
What
that.
do you want to know?
Your service and your name, just so we're all familiar with each other. And then after we're done the introductions, and I have only four, because I don't want to take up too much of your time. I have 4 questions, and then it's going to be an open forum.
My name is Henry Adams, and I had to join the Army in '42 because of my age, or had to do something, so I joined the Army and served for 3.5 years,
Wow.
and had the privilege of serving most of it in England and Holland.
Ooh, wow.
And I met some wonderful people and worked with lots of different people in the service. And even though I wasn't in the infantry, which is why I'm here, I guess, we still gave the government, I still gave the government 3.5 years of my life serving in the workshops. And here I am.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for sharing.
The other side of the coin. I was a young teenager when the war started, and we learned to turn on that radio and you listen to it all day, all night, because your family or other members were in the services overseas. And you were always wondering if they were going to make it back or not, and that sort of thing.
Where did you grow up? What town? Where did you grow up?
Where did I grow up?
Yeah, what town?
Kingston, down in Otwick.
Oh, wow. Very nice. There's a big history here, too.
Yeah, we had members in all services,
Yes.
you know.
It's this huge military community, and entire towns, and connected with Newfoundland. The entire regiment's gone. All those men, yeah. So
Yeah.
how intense.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing. I really appreciate that. Ma'am?
No, I didn't have anything except stay home and go to school.
Well, with that, that's not anything, but that's everything, because you learned the lessons from those working to support. What was that like? Real quick, like going to school in that time, what was it like? What did you enjoy most? So you can, nice intro.
It was just everybody was trying, and so you sort of just mixed in with them and did it as long as you could, or as long as you had to.
I had to, yeah. Do you still have tight bonds with community members that are still here with you? Or did you are you all individuals now?
Pretty much all individual.
Well, thank you for sharing. Appreciate that.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, sir. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Lady, here's for you. Your turn.
What?
Your turn.
Not my turn.
Yeah. whatever you want.
I'm just listening.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I joined I'm in electromechanical engineers. I was not a combat troop. Although I served 8 years with the 1st Canadian Guard.